everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on...
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Denver Broncos and our home team. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. All right, here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Good. Let's go. Green, 39. Good.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Back to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Let's go! Green!
Back to throw now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Here we go now! Green, 30!
They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Holding offense. The penalty is declined.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. Will try for 3. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. Last drive, touchdown, surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
The one running back is Gurley. And he'll get it up the middle. Stays on his feet. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll give the Broncos a first down.
You know what's really hard for a big-time running back? Is patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. But this drive, oh, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Surveying the field. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal. So now it's 2nd down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. 4th-round guy, and many thought that's about where he would go, but I think he's got some upside, right?
He can come right in and be what they call a core special teams player, play on all 4 phases of it, and have a chance to work his way into the lineup. I think a year or two down the road, they could have a solid starter.
And you take a look at his draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good play. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he's able to put it through. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you know,
he rifles one that's intercepted. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Here we go now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense. Still 3rd down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. They're going to look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Dumps it off to Gurley. And brought down down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And now a first down following that long gain. Throw here out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's where they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now here come the Raiders. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Vic Beasley coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. He'll look to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They'll set up a throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
They come out here in the eye. Now back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
12 mine. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And touchdown! A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders get a score closer.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
And he knocks it through. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, look at the juke. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Seven yards to go on 2nd down. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw again. Can't find anyone open. Incomplete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. And that is incomplete. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they're going to speed things up here.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Their big tight end. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And the lead will be cut down to 14. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green
They go play action here on first down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They find some open field here. There he goes left side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's something, some momentum for them to take into halftime.
Yeah, and it might not be that wild momentum, that you see sometimes when they score late and teams go sprinting off and the whole deal. No, it might not be that, but it does give them a better feeling about themselves and what they can. Accomplish in the second half.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the long touchdown on the final play. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's got his man on the out route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Play clock winding down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The 13 yards that time at a first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Both defense. Have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch, counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
You know, I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the... But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding time. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And all the way down to the 9. A big run there by Gurley. And even 50 yards. So Gurley gashes the defense, and a lot of people say, do you take running backs early first round? Do you want them that high? Surely you're happy you took Todd Gurley that early.
Without a doubt, Dr. Seuss. I love the way that got done by you, but even better, it's fun to watch Todd Gurley run the football. He is electrifying.
I want you to know that I did not mean to do that, by the way. He'll look, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jack Youngblood not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
There he goes, right side. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Another block in the ball. Return team. Automatic first down.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Let's go! Green,
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
All right, here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go! Green! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Green, 39! Green, 39!
They'll set up a throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go! Green, 39! Green, 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So last week, mostly ineffective. This week, what we're seeing very effective. What are you seeing that's different?
I think what I'm seeing is just a simple, everyone is on the same page. And I know it sounds trite, but I'm talking about all the guys up front with the blocking schemes, everyone at the point of attack, creating space. And so far, it doesn't matter what gap they choose, they're finding it. A gap, B gap, C gap, does not matter. They're getting there, and they're creating nice runs. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The one running back is Gurley. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it up. Field. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
This will be fielded at the 6. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right, and rocking and rolling. They came out and made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll give the Raiders a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. 10 yards still left on second down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So the hard count gets him there, neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Here we go.
He had another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And his kick is indeed good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle them. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field They play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 20, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that's incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now Gurley. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll take. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the defensive unit for the Broncos. They trot back out there. They haven't played the best, but I guess it's not going to matter because their offense has been so good. And they'll go in and shake their guys' hands and say, thanks a lot, big day. We'll try and tighten it down for the next ball game. But a lot of guys think this is kind of fun to be able to go up and down the field, almost like a basketball game where 2 teams full court press and score a whole lot of points. You may get beat, but sometimes you think, hey, that was a good day. Well, they can still tighten it up here for one final stop. Make them feel good on the way out the door. They'd love to show the defensive coordinator that they did have 1 good possession before this day is over. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, They have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Now let's go. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. Well, Charles, it's one.